Okay, welcome back to another episode of the Backholder Pod. Today is a rather emergency recording because we have the US elections upcoming in, I guess, 3 days' time. So we'll try our best to edit this out and get it out into the open as soon as possible. But I think, long story short, maybe to set the context for this whole discussion, we are talking mostly from a financial and investing point of view rather than to espouse our views and whatever it is that they support and whatnot. So I just wanted to go around the table maybe on what are your expectations of both candidates. Maybe you have a base case, bull case, bear case scenario. So Eric, you want to start first on Trump versus Kamala?
I think in the run up to this election, right? I feel that Trump is very strong, as in he's really utilizing the social medias. Like I go on TikTok, I see him. I go on Instagram, Facebook, I always see him. Then the Kamala, yes lah, I see her also, but I also see a lot of videos making fun of her lah. Like she literally read off a teleprompter, and it's sometimes it's quite bad one. Like she will just, if the teleprompter like malfunction, right, then she will just stop there. Okay, yeah. Then she'll laugh awkwardly, and then I don't know what's going on with her. Like she can't really talk too much. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think it could, yeah, could be a algo thing, because I watch a lot of Trump interviews, but I don't think I actually found one long form interview of Kamala. I don't think so. I haven't seen one in recent times.
She
Maybe I
she
look
went
up,
1 hour 40 minutes. I think got a few.
got a few, huh? I think I really need to search for it more in detail. But from what I hear, could be people are like dissing her because she is doing all those word salad lah, like just saying a lot but like saying nothing.
So your baseline assumption is that you think Trump will win this time round,
Yeah, I think he will win. I
and
also hope that he will win, so I'm a little bit biased. Yeah.
what's your expectations to the stock market or your position sizing in any case?
It doesn't really affect my position sizing. Like I don't believe that any one of them winning will adversely affect the market too much lah. But I do think that Elon might get into trouble if Kamala wins. Yeah, because he's talking too much crap about her. I also don't know what she gonna do lah. Probably lawsuit.
Okay, Boon Tee?
Okay, I'm not a supporter of either side, but because I'm not American, so it's not up to me to vote. But based on what I observe, right, say for example, like the first presidential debate between Trump and Biden, and then after that, second one is with Kamala Harris. I watched the interview. Actually, I was thinking that Kamala Harris was doing quite a good job in that interview. It's not as bad, Biden one was like super like bad, right? So that one, after that he got kicked out already. Just that interview, I think still okay. It's just that after watching a few more videos, try to understand Kamala point of view when it comes to different policy, right? I find it very, like can't get the direction. I don't know what she's trying to do. So my take when it comes to all these politics is that if you really, whether you are supporter of Kamala or whether you bet that she's going to win, right? What you are betting on is actually just a status quo, because whoever Biden in charge, right, is the same group of people that will be in charge if Kamala Harris become the president. Whereas for Trump, I would say, I think since the last, the shooting incident, right, I think he has quite a high chance of winning. And judging based on his all the marketing stuff that he has done just recently, right? Say for example, he went to McDonald's and then he drove the garbage truck just to give an interview on that truck, just because Biden said that Trump's supporters are garbage, right? So he's really making use of all these things to boost up his popularity. So I think marketing wise, I think he really Trump side really did a good job. So if I were to like put some probability numbers, I would say that likely Trump will win. But anyway, these are not like easy to guess kind of things. I wouldn't be surprised, let's say, if Kamala win also. It's quite close to 50-50 lah. But I'm aging towards Trump side just because of how the marketing or all the campaigns has been conducted.
Okay, now we have two Trump supporters. Kelvin, are you in the Trump camp also? So I've been thinking about plowing more money into the US stock market. But honestly, buying into an all-time high market, it might be a little bit terrifying. What if I end up buying at the top and losing money instead?
Oh, I know what you mean. I bought this stock once. Let's just say it's still on Earth.
Guys, you need to check out Moomoo. Moomoo has a strategic partnership with Nasdaq to host the global US stock simulation paper trading competition, and is a risk-free way to practice trading or letting you win rewards.
Oh, wait. You're saying that you can practice and win rewards? What kind of rewards are you talking about?
You start with $1 million in virtual funds. It's like Monopoly money, but without your little cousin cheating.
1 million? That's like $999,000 more than I have right now.
And what's the catch? Do I have to trade in my life savings or something?
No, it's totally free, and if you manage to have a positive return every week over 5 weeks, you will win a share of $20,000 rewards each week with other winners.
Wow, 20,000. Not bad, I mean,
Wait, what if I want to aim for the top? Are there any more rewards?
Well, the top 3 winners in your local region get up to $1,000 in stock cash coupons, and if you are among the top 3 globally, you could win up to $10,000. Plus, you'll get featured on the Nasdaq screen in New York Times Square.
What? Then are we famous, right?
yep. So if you register for this competition using our link below, you'll get a 1-month access to Nasdaq Total View market data worth $25.99, valid for 62 days.
That's awesome. Are there any other sign-up rewards for new users to Moomoo?
New users who sign up with our links will get up to $1,034 worth of welcome rewards. Plus, you will also get 0 commissions for Hong Kong stock trading for 30 days.
I also first start by saying I'm not either supporter. Okay, so from what I see, because if you look at the polls, right, I'm talking about the not the live poll. I mean the betting polls. Trump is leading, but he's actually losing. So it was about 61% two days ago. Then now it dropped to like I think 55%. So now it's slowly tilting over to Kamala's favor. From what I see, right, Trump has an advantage over Kamala because people trust him more to handle stuff like the economy, inflation, the immigration stuff. In that sense, the people will choose him to do this kind of stuff because he's very good at it. Plus, he's also very protectionist. So people who hate competition, who hate immigration will vote for Trump. But with that being said, I also noticed that some people will vote for Kamala because they hate Trump. Basically status quo, like what Boon Tee said. Because they don't want this whole US riot thing to happen all over again, right? They don't want Trump to go and piss off other people again. But then Kamala also, some people feel like Kamala is like very weak, like that. People pleaser lah. So it's hard to tell. But personally, I think that Trump might win lah. Just because he can do things better than Kamala. But then also, I would say that Kamala, it could be better that Kamala will win. Based on historically lah, because when you have a split Congress, right now the Congress part is Republican is likely to hold the majority already. Then if you have a president who is not the same party as the Congress, which should be a Democrat, the S&P will give a higher return because when you are split Congress, it's harder to do things. Then the market will like happier lah because there's less uncertainty lah. So
Okay, thanks for all the analysis, and I think we're done for the day.
we're done for
Okay.
the day. So Keng, what's your thoughts?
You know the meme about the no thoughts hit empty? Cause honestly, I don't really care, and I don't think it will really mean much. I think there's a lot of posturing, a lot of policy discussion, tariffs, new change. Oh, but one thing I must say though, I do give credit to Trump where I think he can really stop wars. Not his special ability, but it's just because of the nature of him as a businessman, as a negotiator, and his track record, right? Where you really don't know what he will say and what he will do. And he did a lot of historic things, like coming to Singapore with the Kim Trump summit. Do you still remember? And then he puts world leaders at his place because he really don't give a F. He tell you to pay protection fee, you better pay protection fee. Then he screw with Taiwan, he screw with the European Union, he pull out of the summit of the global climate thing. I think he at least is a man of his word where he say he want to pull out, he want to screw you, he want to take money, he will take from you. So I think that posturing is very different from the past leaders lah, and he said that he committed to ending the war as a president-elect with Putin and probably the Middle East, right? Meaning before the January like swearing in, he said he will end both because he already has the so-called vested power, and people know that he's coming up. That one I really think he will do. So if it's a very tricky situation also, it's like, oh, like that in another way, you say in a roundabout way, like, oh, if you want world peace or you don't want wars, then you should vote Trump. I think that's also not the right way to think about it, because he also symbolizes and he stands for a lot of things that I think not a lot of people, normal people like in Singapore, will agree with lah. I mean, because we are more conservative, we are more traditional in our mindset, that we want leaders that are down to earth, that are steady, they hold to their word, and they want whiter than white. I think that's I'm coming from a Singaporean perspective. But if you're talking about like the US, I think a lot of things they trade off, and they're okay with closing one eye for something else, and they support a party most probably because they follow the party ideals rather than really choosing that person. So I think that part is very nuanced and very complicated. That's why I don't have any opinions on it lah. And in terms of the stock market, we do see that actually the global events or like catastrophe is more important than who is in office. You can argue about the pandemic, you can argue about the GFC, whatever, .com. Actually, it's not necessarily a function of the who is in government, but more so the function of how markets are working, market forces and other stakeholders in the game. They do push, but we'll in terms of corporate tax rates, all those, we can go into details. I don't know whether you want to discuss about it, but I don't have a very strong opinion. But since you're three Trump supporter, and I can find a common thread amongst the three of you. Three of you all have sizable Tesla position, and Elon Musk has been a big advocate for Donald Trump. So maybe that's why you all are clouded in your judgment.
I can give one pointers of why Kamala Harris might win. Okay, I think just now you talk about like under which party the stock market will do better, right? Actually, you can reverse it. Usually, I mean historically, let's say if during the elections, if the stock market is doing well, job market is doing well, usually the what they call it incumbents, right, will win. In this case, it will be Kamala Harris. So Democrat side will win. Just because we don't have much of a crisis. Remember last time when Trump lost the elections, that's also because of COVID, right? COVID, that time, there's so much chaos, and then people just don't know how to manage things. There's so many, confusions around that time, and people kind of like feeling the frustration. And one way to, like let go of those frustration is really vote whoever is the leader, right? Vote the leader out. So that's why I would say, given right now stock market is still at all-time high, I think that one will help Democratic side more than helping Trump.
Actually, from my research, is the opposite. Okay, so for Boon Tee mentioned like when things are doing well, the incumbent will win, right? From my research, is when the economy is booming, the Republican will do well. So if you basically if you look at history, when during recession times, Democrat will be in power because they are more people friendly. Their policies are more people friendly, so they increase the corporate tax rate. They try to increase the minimum wage, that kind of thing. Then they do like clean energy, that kind of thing. So for Republican, they are more like, okay, I want to reduce the corporate tax. Yeah, correct. Reduce the corporate tax, but don't increase the minimum wage because we want to boost the economy, that kind of thing. So when they want growth, right, Republicans are more likely to be in power. There's a track record to showing this thing. So yeah, there's two sides of the coin.
10 minutes spent, 8 minutes wasted. But anyway, so I mean, it's a bit counterintuitive as well because we're creating this video. But I think that the interest is there. And just to extend the discussion, I want to know, so you all know the traditional left versus right? Like it's a political spectrum. So left meaning, like you said, more government friendly, more social policy, more government control, more government control, more liberal, more social policy. And the right wing, which is the conservative end, meaning more market, more protect your freedom, like your individual rights, those kind of stuff. So I presume all of you know. So you all know where you all lie on that spectrum. You all can say you're far right, you're middle, middle right, middle left, but usually don't have middle one. It's either you tend towards a spectrum. So do you all have a position, Boon Tee?
I'm more towards the right side. And let's say if following Democratic versus Republican management, right, their policy, right, I'm also more towards the Republican side. Meaning, I actually prefer like a smaller government because like lower tax, smaller
right.
government.
Do you wanna-
Don't build up too much about the government. I think the current Democratic government is such a mess. Too big.
Right. So in your opinion, right, where do you think Singapore lies?
I would say actually more towards the right as well.
Singapore more towards
Yes.
the right.
For example, the size of Singapore government is not huge. That's one indicator. Out of so many policy, I can't go and comparing each of the policies, right? It will be 2 hours discussion and 2 hours wasted, right? I would say it's more towards the right side, slightly more on the conservative side, and also
Okay.
more towards a smaller government
This
or more
this
towards a lower tax.
this is very interesting because I would think that from a BTO, CPF, like intervention and the way we are conducting, I would think that we are more towards the left. But I don't know. Eric, what do you
Yeah.
think? Your own personal opinion about Singapore.
Singapore. I don't think Singapore fits into the left nor the right kind of thing. We're more like
Because no choice.
because no choice.
It's not like you keep changing government every elections, right? Then one party represent on one side, then you can choose whether you want to tilt to left or right. Singapore is one government. It's always like whatever it is, just one government straight up.
Okay, because why? Because there are some values, right, espoused by the left. There's some values espoused by the right, and I see that our local government is not entirely like to the left or to the right, as far as I can tell, lah. Like we tend to do our own things. If you say the government is small, right? Yes, it's small, but its reach in the whole society is huge. Yeah. So in a sense that I think the main difference, I think Max, one of Max video, right? Max Chernoff, right? The Russian guy. He interviewed this expert, right? He said that the best thing about our government here, right, in Singapore, is that our government is paid very well so that there is no corruption. I mean, like there might be one or two cases here and there. There are always people who will go for the extra monies, right? But I think by and far, we don't really have a lot of politicians that are on the take lah. Like they don't have the legalized lobbying in the US. So this lobbying is like, oh, I pay you so that you advance my interest. So we don't have that kind of pork barrel politics, that kind of thing. Yeah. So you basically donate politically to the senator so that they will act in your interest. Say, oh, this one okay lah, they cut down trees, okay lah. They pour the chemical water in the river, okay lah, I think it's all right. Look, the water is clean one. So they will do all these things to kind of let the big companies they are paying them, yeah, like get away with some things, but which Singapore, I don't think we are that to that extreme. So in a sense that I think our government is a little bit not neither to the far left nor to the far right. They have their own way of doing things.
So are you on the left or on the right?
Me, I also do my own things.
So you're on the right now.
Do my own things is on the right, huh?
Yeah. Individualism, the focus of individualism is on the.
But no, I'm not like fully in. I don't really say that, oh, I must have this kind of the way that the right, like even Elon Musk will say, oh, I will fight to the death for the First Amendment, Second Amendment, the right to free speech, the right to bear arms. I don't really subscribe to that. Like in Singapore, we don't bear. I hope I don't have to bear arms. Like you got arms, you keep yourself lah. Okay. If a war comes, then we suck thumb lah. We have to bear arms lah, go and defend our country and all that. But in normal times, I don't want to bear arms lah. Like what's there to bear? Like there's nothing. So and the free speech things, I think US carries it to an extreme lah. That's my personal view. Like they are against censoring of any sort, hate speech or divisive speech. They also don't care. They say as long as you have your opinion, you should be free to air it. But I think should be a limit, right? Because there's some people, then they will say, then where's the limit? Who decide what's the limit? Okay lah, for us easy lah, just Akong decide lor. They say not good, then we zip lah. Yeah, so I feel that we are okay living with this a little bit kind of governmental control, because we do need that. If not, people will like, Kishore M, right? He once at a forum he was saying that you Westerners, right, really need to learn from the Southeast Asian country, because we are such a diverse place, so many race, so many ethnicity, but yet we can not have war for the past don't know how many years. But you guys, you talk about free speech, you talk about whatever rights here and there, and then you're stirring up war everywhere. You have so much conflict. Don't you think you have something to learn from us, instead of we learning from your quote democracy? Like your democracy is like a bit, I don't know, it's a bit like you want to impose your free will, free speech, everything, your freedom on others. But I think we chose to live here. I think particularly for Boon Tee and Kelvin, I think we are all okay to a certain extent, like a little bit of government control. Like there has to be guardrails somewhere. If not, anyone can just bring in an assault rifle, go to Tampines Mall and then, oh no. So that's my thoughts. I am not neither to the left nor to the right as described by their political spectrum, but I'm more on the Singapore interest. And circling back to the how it will affect stock market, right? I am also of the view that long-term wise or mid-term, it shouldn't affect to a significant extent. I feel that it's like, even if Kamala wins, okay lah, so be it lah. Nothing much lah. She'll just keep everything status quo, except that I think probably US will have all the crazy shit again, all the boys competing in girl sport and all that, and then I identify as a two-spirited penguin. They have more of this, like, because she is the type of person that says it's okay. Yeah, so that's it lah. We just live with it. Like when Trump was first elected, I remember I was very shocked also at the morning. Like, huh? Trump elected 2016. We're like, wow, the whole political thing changed. But it's okay, we live through it. So now we are thinking that he'll win again. Then turns out maybe Kamala wins again. Okay, also okay. Yeah, I think we will just roll with it. As Singaporeans, we only support our own government. Yes.
So, Kelvin, from your research, do you want to make a conclusion here?
Conclusion, I think I agree with who's that? Eric. Singapore is a bit in the middle. Sorry, Boon Tee. So basically, long story short, they are okay because for the left, they are okay with rehabilitating criminals, right? Then on the right, they're also okay with whipping criminals. Pia. Then if you go and do drugs, they're going to hang you. So it's two sides of the spectrum. Then on one side, on the left side, they will try to help you whenever they can. Like HDB, they try to give you as much grant as they can. Your retirement, you cannot retire. CPF plus SRS. Wow, this is very powerful too. But on the right hand, if you don't go and top up your CPF, wow, jialat liao, your retirement, you'll be in trouble. You don't work hard, your HDB, a bit hard. So on the left, they're okay with abortion. They don't outlaw it, unlike some other countries. Then on the right, they are not pro LGBT. Not because they hate LGBT, because they feel that society is not ready for it yet. So this again the both sides of the thing. Then on the left, they're okay with minority rights. So they'll try to the HDB. There's this what's the correct word? So there's a certain percentage of people who can own HDB. Like Malay can own lesser percentage. Then on the right, they are trying to control immigrants into the country, which is a bit of like Trump's policy. So again, this both sides of the corner. So long story short, Singapore is not left or right, it's in the middle, I feel.
Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed this discussion, and hope that this doesn't become a political debate down below. And I do understand that a lot of people like to talk about politics, whether it's in chat groups or in communities or regardless wherever it is. I think our stance, at least in the medium to long run, is we think that it's not very consequential, meaning the stock market will still do what the stock market do. But we look forward to seeing how things will play out. So with that, we'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.